Good morning, true crime friends. Look, it's light outside. The sun is coming up earlier. Sitting here, enjoying my nice cup of coffee, doing a little research, right, on the internet. So I was like, okay, the Melly trial is still on break. There's a couple of other trials that I've been researching that I'm like, maybe we'll get to those trials. Before I forget, like this video, subscribe to this channel, hit the notifications. I'm getting so much better at saying it. Okay. And also today I'm wearing RC Cola, because, I'm showing off my vast collection of vintage food t-shirts. So anyway, I'm on here and I am looking at all different videos and stuff. Just sort of like doing a little research, poking around about this Melly trial. They're on break right now. They'll be back on Monday because the Melly whisperer, his attorney, Raven, I keep wanting to say Raven Simone. She's actually Raven Liberty, is sick. And by sick, I mean panicked, trying to figure out what the defense is going to be. Because when last we met, Melly in court and all the people were there, the prosecutor and this, a detective, the lead detective, Moretti, whatever his name is, took the stand and did a 3-act play where they acted out the text messages between Melly and his mom. And Melly called his mom everything but a child of God. Now listen, if you have a mama, if you have a child, if you are a mama, those messages, they're not going to go good. Also, the prosecution, now listen, pre-trial, I was watching these documentaries and little things that people put out on YouTube before the trial was ready. And they were like, the prosecution's case is very thin. They don't have a weapon. They don't have this. They don't have that. Basically, all the facts and details of this case were out there. But there was not a lot of the granular stuff that the prosecution has brought to the table. Well, now we have seen all the details that the prosecution has brought to the table. The prosecution does not have a weak case. They have a strong circumstantial case. And I was like, Melly, dude, you in trouble. Now, this is what I think. Am I a psychic? Can I make predictions? No. Well, I'm not a psychic, but I will absolutely make predictions. They are mere speculation, so take it for what it's worth. This is what I think is going to happen. I think Melly's going to get convicted. I do not think he will get the death penalty. I do not think that the state has proven that this was gang related, and that's what's required for him to get the death penalty. But is he going to get LWOP'd? Oh, yeah. 2 life sentences without the possibility of parole. Maybe he has the possibility of parole. I don't know. But looking at all this evidence, I was like, why do so many people keep saying it was not him? They don't have any evidence. Free Melly, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, it doesn't make sense to me because I don't know anything about this guy. I was never his fan. I don't know anything. But in light of the evidence that I've seen, just coming at it cold, I'm like, oh, he did this. He absolutely did this. This is not one of those cases where the prosecutors looked around and then went and took a nap and decided it was him, or decided oh, he's an up and coming rapper. I could make my career off this. No, because honestly, he hadn't really crossed over yet. He hadn't gone really mainstream yet. So convicting him back then, or even blaming him back then, it's yeah, he had some collaborations, but so what? Probably so did a lot of other people we never even heard of. And unless all of the police officers associated with this case were deep into the hip hop game, they were just this is just some teeny kid from South Florida or from wherever the heck Gifford is in Florida who's out here with a gun and talking about guns on and on and on. And his music talks about guns and all this other stuff. So I'm like, ooh, I don't get it. But then I watched the Melly documentary. The one at the end where it says 4 days after this documentary, Melly and his friends were in a drive-by, whatever, his friends got killed. So I watched that documentary and I watched a couple of other ones. The documentary that they mentioned in court, fascinating. First of all, Jamie King, Melly's mom, looks absolutely now, the way she looks now, looks absolutely nothing like her 5 years ago look. She has short to here short, not short like my hair, but relatively short hair in its natural color, in its natural state, no color context. She's cute. She has a nice voice. She's well-spoken. She's a nurse, or she was in nursing school or whatever. She had this child when she was 14, 9th grade. Can you imagine? Yeah, 9th. I have a 9th grader. I mean, he's a rising sophomore right now, but I have a 9th grader. Can I imagine him as a parent? No. One of the things that all these documentaries keep saying is that Melly still doesn't know who his father was. Well, maybe Melly don't know, but all the rest of us know, because I listened to the Spotify documentary where they interview his father. They talk to his father. Now, his father didn't want like his voice used or whatever. How old was the daddy? Was the daddy 14 too? These 14-year-old, where's my child? He's never leaving this house. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to chain this child and say, please have some more screen time. Don't be going messing with them girls like, But looking at the documentary and seeing like the way he was perceived in the community, it totally makes sense to me that people would say he's not guilty, even though there's a mountain, a literal mountain of evidence against this guy. Because here's the thing. He was born to a very young mother. She was a single parent, and then the grandmother had to parent her own child as well as this grandchild. And they came from tough beginnings. The mother was working 12 jobs, and now he is like, and at the end of this documentary, he's moving his mother out of the ghetto or out of the hood or out of the projects, wherever she was. He's moving her out of a bad situation into a much better situation. In fact, as they were packing, they were showing around like the house where Melly grew up, and one of the windows had a board over it instead of like glass. And I was like, oh, he's inspirational and aspirational to the people of that community. And so it behooves them to believe that like, oh yeah, this could happen to any of us. Any of us could be out here and talking to Kanye and singing and getting our families out of these situations based on our artistic talent, which is wonderful. Like, it's wonderful to have that dream. What you don't want to do is get pulled back to the bottom with all of this like gang stuff and gold teeth and whatever. And the truth is, like, I listen to some of the early Melly music. I like it. I'm not even a hip hop fan. Like, I don't even, honestly, I'm not a music fan like that. Like, I like music well enough. I mean, it could be in the background. If I hear some like Wham when I'm in the grocery store, I'm like, oh, this is my jam. But like, for the most part, like, I would rather hear people talk. That's just my thing. Drives my husband nuts because he's all about the music. I'm all about the chitty chat. So, Melly, in my opinion, clearly talented. The rapping, I can live without. But his singing voice, delightful. Really, like deep, melodic. He really could have gone someplace. But here's the thing. Having a lot of talent and trying to be like legit or whatever the proper wording is for the hood, for the people that you grew up with or whatever, like, those two things are at odds. Like, he was partnering with Kanye. He was doing all this stuff with Kanye. That's terrific. You know what's true about Kanye? He's a suburban kid, right? Like, maybe now he has all this hood cred and whatever, but at the end of the day, Kanye grew up probably in a neighborhood look just like the neighborhood I live in. Like, just because you're a black person doesn't mean that you're from the ghetto. Doesn't mean that you're from like very, very tough circumstances. Listen, I'm a black lady and I'm from like, I wouldn't call them tough circumstances. Like, my mother didn't, my parents were married. My mother like got divorced, whatever. She was a corporate executive my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I am, I speak hood, not that well though, because you can kind of tell I'm from the suburbs, right? I am hood adjacent because I married a man who's like from the projects or whatever, and that's all well and good. And he came up and blah, blah, blah. Now we live here in a nice suburb. But I'm like, right. For people who may not have like a lot of options or feel like they have a lot of hope, Melly is amazingly aspirational, right? Like, oh, we could do that too. But you know, it's not aspirational. Go into jail. Because getting like locked up, being in a cage, having to live with other people's rules. No, thank you. No, when you need dental care, listen. I was reading some of these like reports or whatever that were filed with the court. His diamond teeth. That seems like a bad investment to me. Well, listen, what do I know? I don't think that is an appreciating asset because diamonds typically don't get more valuable over time. I'm just saying you buy it for a lot of money and then it immediately starts to go down, but not down as far as a car. But anyway, so note to self, buy used diamonds. Get you an estate sale, get that thing reset. Beautiful, gorgeous rock. You ain't spend a lot of money. You got that tip from me. Anyway, diamonds on your teeth. I don't want something bit in your mouth. I don't. No, thank you. But so he gets all these diamonds on his teeth and they're actually kind of pretty. Like the gold ones, I think are harsh and horrible. But if I was going to get diamonds on my teeth, I would get the snapping kind. Cause But the diamonds on his teeth, got infected while they were in jail. And they were like, yeah, we can't give you a regular toothbrush. What they brushing their teeth with in prison? I never heard of this. Now, I know you can't get curlers, so you got to use a tampon or curl your hair on the bars. Okay, you can make do with that. What are they doing? It's a lot of people in prison. Nobody's brushing their teeth. Everybody's got a dragon living in their mouth. You just open your mouth and all kinds of flames and stink and whatever else come out. And Jumpsuit Pablo, he was in prison for 10 years, right? He did 10 years on robbery. He's a preacher's son. He's like a YouTuber. And so he was talking the other day. He came out and he opened his mouth and I was like a big old tooth missing and the one next to it was brown. I was like, Jumpsuit Pablo, brother, what happened? So he was like, oh, it's not that exciting a story. Apparently, when you're in prison for 10 years, dental hygiene is not high on the list. And so it's not that like he got in a fight and somebody knocked his teeth out. It just rotted and fell right out of his head. He's like minding his business. I don't even think he bit into anything. I think he said he was in the shower and his tooth fell out. What? So in the YNW Melly video, they were talking about like, yeah, most people just want to like get a job at McDonald's, Burger King, or whatever. They just flipping burgers. But now we living in this nice location. Like, yeah, dude, but if you work at McDonald's long enough, they give you dental, don't they? You get to keep all your teeth. You get to, and I saw the lovely house that these young gentlemen lived in. They were calling it the YNW house. Granted, they were 19-year-olds. Y'all couldn't get no furniture. You got that beautiful, beautiful house. Not a stick of furniture, nothing. Mattresses on the floor. What was y'all doing? I was looking around and I was like, you got some nice pots and pans in here? Like, what is happening? In the kitchen, I saw like some crushed up soda cans and a big thing of bleach. How y'all living? Like, yeah, And the fact that every time they needed money, they had to reach out to the manager. Hey, can I get $10 for a haircut? First, where you get a $10 haircut from? But in it, because my haircut costs $50 and I don't even really have no hair. But, plus the tip. And then you got to use the gas money, drive over. The child gas is high. Anyway, it's not that high. It's not as high as it was, but it's still high. But, I'm just like, wait. These kids are up day and night, working themselves to the bone, making amazing music. It's selling. It has commercial potential, partnering with Kanye, all that. That's great. That's wonderful. That's terrific. And a teensy little handful of these musical guys will go on and have fabulous careers. From the bottom of my heart, I hope that like artistic people do it for the love of the art, right? Because that's what makes it like really amazing. But on the side, child, you better get you a Starbucks job. Starbucks will send you to college. I heard all about it. And they might give you dental, health insurance, whatever. You're going to need to get your eyes checked. Eventually, you're going to need some glasses or whatever. The thing that breaks my heart is these like actors and actresses and whatever. The big ones, big famous names. And then you're like, oh yeah, he's doing a GoFundMe because he needs, medical care. They were on this big show, but now they got in a car accident and they need something to help fund their medical care or their old age or whatever. That's terrible. Like, short-term goals. So I'm not saying get a job at McDonald's. I'm not saying be a conventional person. I'm saying think ahead. Melly dude, you wasn't thinking ahead because you was going to have to split your money with these two childhood friends of yours. But you know what you wasn't going to have to do with them alive? Go to jail. Yeah, your ego was going to be bruised up. But you know what was not going to be bruised up? Your head or your butthole, if you want to know the truth. But, listen, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I was not there. YNW Melly fans, don't say nothing to me. I ain't gonna say nothing to you. I'm talking to the nice suburban moms and the grandmas over here. That's what we do over here on Gossip, Rumor, and Innuendo. So, wild speculation. I think Melly's gonna get convicted. I don't think he's gonna get the death penalty. I'm dying to hear what the defense is gonna say. Now, they will have had 5-6 days to come up with some reasonable explanation that we might even begin to believe about why he had this phone, why he was in this car, all this other stuff. I mean, it's been proven over and over and over that was Melly's phone. Melly's phone was at the studio. It was at the murder scene. It was near the hospital. He was sending all these messages. And the lawyer's whole thing was like, that's not his phone. That's not his phone. But then on his phone, he has pictures of screenshots of, Western Union receipts where he lists his phone. They got a jail phone call where he's talking to his mama on that phone saying that's his phone. Like, what? And apparently the phone would open with facial recognition. I heard somebody online say, how funny would it be if they just took the phone and walked up to him and held it up to his face to see if it opened the phone? Listen, we don't even need all that. It's not even that serious right now. And I was watching another live stream last night. I think last night while I was cooking dinner, I was watching this live stream. Of course, all fast forwarded up because I watch everything on like 2 times speed, at least 175 at a minimum. Because, I ain't got all this free time. But these were like fans of YNW Melly, people from like his neighborhood or whatever, people who believed in him. And it was very interesting what I heard. Basically, I feel like a slightly older crowd is like, oh, he did that. He's donezo. When they took a poll at the end of the live stream, they were like, okay, so who thinks he's guilty? And these were like his target audience, a lot of people. And it was like guilty, 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 guilty. Free Melly. Guilty, 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 guilty. Melly, everybody see it. You going down, boo-boo. Now, you need to make a prison plan. You need to make a long-term prison plan. Maybe prison will be better than the county jail where they have you right now. But, like, my dude, can you make music in prison? You can, like, bang on the bars or something. I'm sure you'll have a contraband cell phone. Child, you're going to have he probably got a contraband cell phone right now. So he's going to get his contraband cell phone, and then he can record it, and then he could, like, email it off to track or whatever, and they can keep releasing music so your mama can be nice and your commissary can be full. But otherwise, my dude, you going down. I'm sorry for the parents of these people that you killed, because allegedly, like, you are guilty until proven innocent. I mean, you were innocent until, well, both of them is probably right, but technically you are innocent until proven guilty. But in my opinion, you've been proven guilty. Like, so we can just call you guilty now. Is that? That's not how that works. I think the jury has to say he's guilty, but the jury of gossip, rumor, and innuendo, boy. Oh, and I am unlikely to buy your music, and I'm not putting nothing on your books because all my little ducats got to go to put my kids in college and helping them get their McDonald's jobs. My kids don't work at McDonald's, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm going to encourage them to do? Follow their dreams and be wonderful and passionate in a job that offers benefits. But that's just me. You do you. You run your life how you run your life. I'm just saying I'm going to need some dental and some life insurance and some other things. Okay. What I also need to do is I've been crocheting a bunch of crowns for the mods over there at the 13th Jury. Y'all know I'm obsessed with Brandy Churchwell. Y'all know I am. She's my girl. Me and Brandy, we like this. Anyway, so I've been crocheting crowns for her mods, and I'm right at the end of the very last one. It's taken me all week, which is very, very, very slow for me. But whatever, it's been a busy week. I got a new assignment at work, and so I've been like very, very busy working on that. And you don't care. You don't care about any of this. Okay, you have a great day. I will see you at crime time at lunchtime. Lunchtime, crime time. No, what do we decide? Crime time at lunchtime? I think that's what it is. There's a snapped episode dropping today at lunchtime about, today is Virginia Hyatt. The square dance murder. Child. Oh, I love the square dance. Don't you love this? Do you know how to square dance? Alaman left, grand right and left. Do-si-do your partner, bow to your corner, bow to. Oh, I love square dancing. Okay, we'll talk about that at lunchtime. In the meantime, you get out there and have a fabulous day. Hopefully you have a job that includes dental. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.